they go on about limitations, and they have no limitations, and they focus on other people's limits instead of realizing that they're limitless themselves. They've got it all backwards. First name is David, last name is Csercsics. I've been training at Ottawa Academy of Martial Arts for approximately 2 years. It's hard. It's a difficult problem. And you get through that and you feel like no matter what shows up for the rest of the day, you're still gonna win. I've more than once been, I don't know, in some awkward situation or something and thought to myself, well, at least I'm not getting choked out. This can't be that difficult, right? And it changes your perspective on things. There's things that you would have possibly given up before, but since you've done jiu-jitsu, it changes the scale of the difficulty of problems, because you've already pushed yourself to the limit at least once that day, and if not, then you didn't train hard enough. And then the rest of the day is simpler, because your mind will make up reasons to give up all the time. That I don't know why, but it just seems to do that. You just keep going. You just continue. I had a Taekwondo instructor, he said that martial art is for everyone. And other than his school and yours are the only ones I've seen where that is actually the case. And that's really great, because that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it was invented for. So people didn't feel like they couldn't master themselves, because it's part of it is self-mastery. Sometimes you don't know who you are until somebody helps you find out. Like, you can't find everything about yourself. Like, I had no idea I was athletic till I showed up here. It's that skill. And you can only really learn that in something like jiu-jitsu, because somebody has to push you to find it. Because you don't know that you have those capabilities until somebody presses a button. It's like it's a part of yourself that we almost never use. There are lies that you tell yourself, and jiu-jitsu prevents all of these, because it prevents you from telling yourself that you're not good enough. It prevents you from telling yourself that you can't do something or you're not worthy, and it prevents you from lying to yourself about you're unloved or whatever, because you have to care about yourself at least somewhat in order to succeed. Otherwise you won't show up every day. And so that's why I get so snarky sometimes when people say they're too old to do something or other, because that's just, nobody's too old to learn anything. Everyone has the capability of everyone else in the sense that we could do all of the things we're needed. We don't have limitations. Well, I would say that this martial art is probably, if not the smartest thing I've decided to do in my existence, it's right up there. Because it solved a bunch of problems that I would have had to take 12 other things to solve. And it's just one activity, it solves everything. So I don't see any sort of downside to it. Like, you'd have to make up reasons why not to do it, but there aren't really any good ones. It solved the problem of confidence, or I wanted to find out who I am and what I'm capable of doing. It solved that. It's a place to test yourself and figure out, okay, does this actually work? Does that not work? What kind of person are you? And it also solves the thing that I talked about earlier. You can't think you're worthless, so nobody can beat you down. They can't beat you down spiritually either, or mentally, because you have to be that thing before you can execute the martial art. So it works the inside as well as, so it makes you impervious to most things. Whereas, sometimes if you try, let's say, you try a therapist, they might only help you with one or two things, but they can't help you with all of them. Whereas martial art helps you master yourself, so you can help yourself whenever you need to, because you always have yourself. So it teaches you to live with yourself.